I'm not a public speaker, I'm a dog trainer, so I hope you'll respect that a little bit. A lot of what I was going to say has already been said, so I don't want to repeat that. But there are a couple of things I'd like to reiterate with respect to this RSPCA about. Firstly, I took this from their website. And I did actually touch briefly on it. The RSP Australia National Office consists of a small, and I want you to note this, people, they're a dynamic team of dedicated professionals.
Yeah, right.
Anybody would disagree with that?
Yeah, well, professional.
But let's have a look at what they're professional in, shall we?
They got no heart.
We are professionals in, not myself, of course. Extensive experience in science, lovely, communications, marketing, government relations, governance, finance and administration. I read that and I thought, great. Great, they're running a business, aren't they? Where the hell are the people that are the experts with animals? Anybody see them? If I get many more of those applause, I may start speaking publicly more. Okay. The founding mission of this group of dynamic professionals, okay, is preventing cruelty to animals. And as has been pointed out already, what's more cruel than to take an animal from a home, which Moorook was, to those animals that they took, and put the damn things down? They don't put a dog to sleep, let me tell you people. If my dog goes in for surgery, I hope the hell they're going to put him to sleep. The dog's going to wake up at the end of that sleep, just as I would hope I would at the end of a sleep. When they put a dog to sleep, in their words, they're killing the damn thing. They're not putting it down. They're not putting it to sleep, rather, because it's not going to wake up at the end of that sleep. It may sound a bit more acceptable, but it's not. I'd just like to give a couple of instances in regards to my dealings with the RSPCA. I was asked by a young girl out at Two Wells if I could take in a litter of pups. She had found them on the side of the road. She knew the owner, who she phoned. The owner very nicely turned around and said, I don't want them. Bring them back here and I'll slit their throats. So the next step was to phone the RSPCA. Their response was, do they have shelter? Yes, they've got shelter under a rainwater tank. That's all. Nothing we can do. Don't want to know. So I took them in, and with the aid of Moorook and Lola, we got them desexed, microchipped, vaccinated and rehomed. What I want to know is, if those 3 pups had shelter was all they needed, they weren't concerned about their welfare, their food or whatever. If that's all they needed, why the hell are they taking dogs from a place that had all that, plus more? I'm beginning to enjoy this. I also do some training for not only Moorook, but other groups as well, the rescue dogs. I know for a fact that all the dogs I've had from Lola have been well kept, they haven't been flea ridden, they've been well fed. Every animal she gets is taken to the vet. I know that because I picked some up from their vet. They're desexed, microchipped, vaccinated and wormed. When they go back to the shelter, they're looked after. They may not be the best facilities, but it's a damn sight better than a hole in the ground. In fact, they don't get put in a hole in the ground, they get burnt. Okay? They go to a big incinerator when they've finished with them. Into a wheelie bin, then to the incinerator. And I know that for a fact. So, they're taking these dogs from a very caring person. And let me tell you people, this lady works shift work to get enough money to help pay for the shelter. That's dedication. These people down there get paid every week, fortnight, month, I don't know. How many of those people do you think would actually stay doing that job if they weren't getting paid, and they had to put money in themselves. I'll guarantee you, because I know, I won't go into that. I'll guarantee you, if you went to the RSPCA now and said, look, we're going to take 50%, 75% of your pay off you to do the job you're doing, but we want you to put money back into the RSPCA shelter, what do you think the answer would be? Anybody have any ideas on that? No. They wouldn't, would they? So all I can ask, I believe the RSPCA are doing the wrong things. I'm not here to get them closed down, but I am here to try and get them to damn well change a bit. They need to change. Okay, so with that, I'm not a public speaker, I'm a dog trainer and proud of it. I'll hand it back over to Mark, because I know he's got some more to say. Thank you.
Thanks very much, mate. You know, you hit the nail on the head. Just a few facts there. You talked about the RSPCA. They have 100 inspectors in Australia. That's throughout Australia, 100 inspectors. They have about 1,200 employees, and they're all paid well. The people that do all the work are the 7,000 volunteers of the RSPCA, and we're not here to disrespect what those people do. The RSPCA is a needed organisation in the absence of someone to replace them, so we're not here to close the RSPCA. We're here to demand they go back and read why they are entitled, and why they're here and what they're here to achieve, and start bloody doing it. You know, the saddest part of this now, the saddest part of what's come out over the past few months, and for some of us for years that we've known this is going on, is that now, just imagine, you're driving home today and you see an animal in need, a dog on the side of the road that's not looking too good, and you ring the RSPCA, which is what we were all been told to do, even in our schools when we were younger. And you ring them, we don't even know if they're going to turn up. And if they do turn up, 60% chance that animal will get put down. So what we have to start doing is doing it ourselves. So why are we giving them money if they're not doing what they're paid to do? You know, it's hard to know where to keep talking here because I think we've covered most of the avenues. We have a young lady who's disappeared, who's in big trouble because she's getting up in a moment to speak. Okay, she's hiding over there. Look, this is about, and always has been about, the animals. It's about us being a voice for those that don't have one. The RSPCA used to be that voice and they've lost their way. And you know what bothers me the most? Is that I read the facts and figures and they're horrific. Some of the shelters here in South Australia, 50% of the dogs are put down. 60–70% of the cats are put down basically immediately, okay, which is disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. When places like Moorook step in and go, look, and this is all around Australia, they step in and say, look, we'll take those dogs that you don't want after 2 months and we'll give them a home. And their reply was, we don't have to, there's no legislation to force us to do it. Why the hell do they need legislation to force themselves to give a dog to a good home? That is ridiculous. I'll pass you over to this young lady who wants a quick chat and then I'll finish up. I don't think that I've missed much. I think what we have to do is be the... now, wandering around, thank you, Gary, there's a petition I'd like everybody to sign, and if you can get your copies at home and sign it, we should have a few thousand, and we'll give those to Anne, and we'll also send them to the Minister. Minister Ian Hunter has not returned any calls to me. The opposition leader minister hasn't rang me either. I have to run everybody I can to try and get support. You guys have to do it now. You know, people power does work, and this is a beautiful sign. I'm so proud of you all. We also have another working bee up in Moorook. It's not a big one. It's to comply with things we shouldn't have to. But if anyone can get up to Moorook next weekend, I'd really appreciate that. It's not a lot to do. I will continue working with them. If I have to go down the avenues of legally representing Moorook in a court, I'll do that. You know I will. There is nothing that I own that's more precious than the life of an animal. So I just want you to know that.